Imagine you wake up next to her one morning. She's the woman you've always wanted. The scent of her on your sheets, her legs wrapped around you, her soft voice calling your name. You've done it. You've won. She's yours. But then a change begins. She's colder than she was yesterday. Colder than before you gave her your all. Her laughter feels forced, her touch is distant, and her eyes no longer meet yours. They look right through you. You can feel it, can't you? The slow erosion of your masculinity, the subtle draining of your soul. Yet, when you try to talk about it, she dismisses it, telling you it's all in your head, that you're just being too sensitive. But you're not making it up. You're waking up to a terrifying reality, one that most men spend their entire lives in. Denial of, she doesn't love you the same way you love her. And that's the truth women want to keep hidden, because once you see it, your perception of them will be forever changed. Arthur Schopenhauer saw it. He saw past the illusions. He tore down the romance, the fairy tales, and the flowers, revealing a primal, raw, and ruthless truth at the heart of feminine desire. Women are by nature meant to be the instrument of the propagation of the species. He wrote, everything in them is directed toward this end. To many men, this sounds offensive, cold, or even misogynistic. But stop. Don't react. Don't dismiss it. Seek to understand it. Schopenhauer wasn't mocking women. He was mocking the delusion that men hold the belief that she loves you for your soul, is loyal to your personality, or is captivated by your poetry, your thoughts, or your purpose. No, her loyalty is to something far deeper, older, and biological. And if you ignore this, you'll become its slave. This is where the situation becomes darker. Because once you understand what women are truly wired to desire, you'll stop trying to impress them and start asking a more dangerous question. If she isn't here for my soul, then what is she here for? Is it your status, your strength, or your genes? Is it your ability to provide, protect, and dominate other men? Is it your usefulness? And what will happen when you are no longer useful? Do you truly believe she stay? This is the shadow that Schopenhauer illuminated, and it's why many women despised him, not because he was wrong, but because he was too right. He forced men to face a truth that most are too weak to even consider, that romantic love, as we've been taught to believe, in it, is a lie, a tool used by nature to enslave the male spirit to the necessity of reproduction. This is where Stoicism enters the picture. The Stoic doesn't hate women. He doesn't resent their nature. He studies it, accepts it, and then transcends it. Because only when you see things clearly can you act freely. You may want the love story, the myth, the dream, but you must ask yourself, is it real, or is it just the bait? And if it's bait, who benefits from your blindness? Who profits from you giving her everything while she gives just enough to keep you hooked? Schopenhauer wanted you to awaken, not to hate or dominate, but to finally see the truth behind the mask. And the most terrifying part, the mask is so beautiful, you'd rather stay blind. The hidden problem and its psychological, philosophical roots. Why do so many men refuse to see it? Why do they cling to the delusion even as their hearts are breaking and their dignity is slipping away? Because the lie is comforting. Because the truth is devastating. You were raised to believe that love is sacred, that women are naturally nurturing, selfless, and gentle beings who seek a deep connection with a man's soul. You were told that if you are kind, vulnerable, and emotionally available, you will be chosen. That if you give her your heart, she will guard it like something sacred. But Schopenhauer stood before that fairy tale and shattered it with a single, powerful statement. The man is the one who loves, and the woman is the one who is loved. In that one sentence lies the entire imbalance. Men fall in love with the idea of love. Women fall in love with what a man represents. This is the hidden mechanism, the unspoken truth that most philosophies dance around and most modern psychology refuses to acknowledge. Her attraction to you is not about your essence. It's about your usefulness to her future. Schopenhauer believed that women are not moral creatures in the same way men are. Not because they are evil, but because their biology doesn't reward truth. It rewards strategy. He called it nature's cunning, a built-in system that makes women act with short-term kindness to achieve long-term survival. This is not a judgment, it's clarity. Because once you remove your projections, the poetry, the fantasies, and the Hollywood illusions, you start to see her for what she is: not cruel, not angelic, but pragmatic. She selects, she seduces, and she attaches herself only to what can secure her position. Her emotions aren't fixed. They're fluid, adapting to status, social proof, and male power. And her loyalty, it lasts precisely as long as your value does. Modern psychology supports this, albeit in softer terms. Evolutionary biologists like David Buss have shown that women are hypergamous by nature. They seek upward mobility in mating. They are biologically wired to screen, filter, and test men for the best possible genetic and survival advantages. You've experienced this in her flakiness, in her sudden coldness after you became vulnerable, in the way she just wasn't feeling it anymore the moment your ambition faltered. You were told she would stay for love. But she is wired to stay for security, emotional, physical, social. And that's the hidden force, Mother Nature herself. using female biology as a vessel to carry out her brutal mission of propagation at all costs. So, when you say she changed, when you say she used me, when you say I gave her everything and she just walked away, what you're really saying is, I confused biology for destiny. Schopenhauer wasn't trying to turn you against women. He was trying to turn you away from illusion. He knew that once a man sees women clearly not as goddesses, not as villains, but as biological agents of nature, he can finally escape the suffering that comes from misplaced expectations. This is where Stoicism provides the shield. While the romantic man is destroyed by betrayal, the Stoic is strengthened by realism. He doesn't demand loyalty from female nature. He demands loyalty from himself to truth, to purpose, to inner mastery. He understands what Epictetus taught. Don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whatever way they happen. This is the path to peace. And so, the Stoic man stops asking her to love him in a way she cannot. He stops performing, he stops pleading. He stops building his identity around being chosen and instead begins to choose himself. Here is the paradox. The moment you let go of the desire to be loved by a woman for your true self, the moment you stop expecting her to understand your soul or carry your burdens, is the moment you begin to stand like a man. Not bitter, not broken, but unshakable, because you no longer serve the myths. You see the mechanics, and in seeing them, you are finally free. But this freedom comes at a cost, because the moment you understand female nature as Schopenhauer did, the moment you feel her smile and realize it, is not always rooted in truth, but often in necessity, will begin to see the world itself differently. And that change, that unraveling of your illusions, is only the beginning. Now you know, and once you know, you can't go back. You can't unsee the masks. You can't unhear the lies you once whispered to yourself in the name of love. You can't forget the moments you begged to be seen by someone who was only ever looking for survival. It hurts. It should hurt. Because this isn't just about women. It's about waking up from the most seductive illusion nature ever crafted, that your value as a man lies in being chosen. But now, you don't beg to be chosen. You don't live to be adored. You don't build your life around her approval. You become the kind of man who walks into a room and understands the game without needing to play it. You become the man who loves without becoming blind, who leads without needing applause, who suffers but does not collapse. This is where Stoicism and collide into clarity. You can love women, you can sleep with women, you can even admire them, but you will never again be enslaved by the myth of romantic salvation, and that is the kind of freedom they don't want you to find. Because a man who no longer needs a woman's approval is a man the system can't manipulate, a man no woman can control, a man who lives by truth, not temptation. So here's your call to arms. Stop chasing her smile. Start mastering your mind. Let the pain you feel right now reforge you into something colder, cleaner, sharper. If this video made your chest ache, if something inside you feels broken, but also alive for the first time, leave a comment below with the words, I see now. Not for validation, but as a signal to yourself that your days of begging, chasing, and pretending are over. Subscribe to this channel if you are ready to strip away every illusion modern life sells you. Because this isn't about hating women. It's about seeing clearly and choosing power over fantasy. Women won't want you to find this truth, but once you do, they will never forget you.